Hello? Are you there? Is anyone there? Kel? Is it on, darling? Have you got me in the best light? Are we on, Kelly? Chop, chop.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
We're live.
We're live. Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 7 and to the live Q&A with me and lovely Kelly, another gorgeous blonde behind the camera. She's helping out, aren't you, darling?
Yes, always.
Always. And yes, so welcome and thank you so much for watching. And yeah, what else can we say? I hope you liked the episode. There was so much in episode 7 to love. And it's dynamic and scary and so moving, and one of my favourite eps. Just saying, one of my favourite eps. How are we going?
Jordan says, "Hey Liz, you're amazing. Is your hair naturally curly? I love you."
Oh, Jordan, thank you. Yes, it is naturally curly, although tonight my gorgeous daughter did my hair for me, and I wanted a bit of a different look, so I've gone, slightly straighter tonight. Hope it looks okay. Gotta stop touching it.
Rachel says, "Congrats on your Logie."
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
There's so much love coming in, it's really hard to grab it all. There's Matt says, "Love your character, differs from the original, but love the depth and your crew."
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Yes, it's very different to the original. Lovely Sheila Florence. Yes, it's great, and she's a bit of a den mother, which is nice.
Natasha's asking the question. Let's get it over with.
Yes.
Let's ask this question
Yes,
up front so that
Kelly.
nobody else posts it.
Yep.
Where's Frankie?
Where's Frankie? Where the hell is Frankie? Well, she's out, happy with Bridge, and I think she's reconnecting with her family, which is beautiful, because it was such an important thing in series 3. She had such a huge turnaround, Frankie. So I, as Celia, am completely pleased, and I think Liz is really glad. She's out, she's with Bridge. Yeah, it's good. I think she's good, having a good time.
Morgan has a juicy question.
Yes, Morgan.
How do you think it would go down if Lizzie challenged B for top dog?
Very badly. And I really don't think Liz would ever do that, because I actually don't think it's her thing. In fact, I think she says in the episode tonight to lovely Doreen, "I like sitting on the fence," or something about fence sitting. And I think that is where Liz is her most comfortable. Sort of a bit like Switzerland, very neutral, very sort of, able to, I don't think she'd ever challenge her. I don't think she's interested in doing that. Yeah, good question.
Amanda Bradford would like to know,
Hi, Amanda.
if you could play another character in the show,
Yes.
who would it be?
Oh, God, what a great question. Maybe Ferguson. I mean, it'd be very interesting. I think it'd be one of the hardest roles to play. And I think Pam is so great at getting that sort of fine line between being, completely capable but sociopathic at the same time, which is a really amazing mix. She does such a great job. Yeah, I reckon it'd be her.
That's scary. I can't imagine Liz scary like
You
Ferguson.
can't imagine?
I can't imagine her putting on the glove.
No, it'd probably be a different colour. It might be pink, sort of, rubber glove, washing up, detergent, I don't know.
Nenya Berman would like to know, do you like your character, Liz?
That's a lovely question. Yes, I do. I think she is very loving. I think she's flawed, but I think she is a real gem, actually, a bit of a rough diamond. And yeah, I really enjoy getting into her skin. Great question. Yeah.
Hans would like to know,
Yes,
if you
hi,
weren't
Hans.
doing Wentworth,
Yep.
what would you be doing?
If I wasn't doing Wentworth, I would be being a mum. I've got 2 beautiful daughters and a husband. I'm trying to write a television series, so maybe I'd devote myself to that. I also did a counselling diploma, which I loved. So maybe I could see myself doing a bit of therapy on the side. Perhaps I'd be doing that, Hans.
Jade would like to know,
Hi, Jade.
do you have a funniest moment on set?
Look, a lot of my funniest moments, I have to say, would be with Danielle Cormack, because her and I we just created this world. It's such an intense shoot, and there's so many gritty, very heavy moments, as you know. So Danielle and I used to do these funny voices and riff off each other. But yeah, probably funniest moment? No, there's so many. I couldn't pick one, but lots of funny moments. They're a great cast. We do have a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
There's a lot of people asking the same question, so I'm going to pose it to you without a name.
Okay.
But a lot of people want to know where your daughter Sophie is.
My daughter Sophie, beautiful Sophie. According to the storyline, which I think Liz mentions very early on in series 4, Soph has been sent to a prison farm, which is like a lower security prison. So yeah, she kind of parted ways with her mum, and luckily for Soph, I guess, is in a different type of prison. So she's doing her own thing, serving a time. And Liz, I think, says to Doreen at one stage, you know, it's hard. I know what it's like, because she gives up little Josh, which is heartbreaking. Yeah, so she's at a prison farm. Growing
with the
flowers
chickens.
and the chickens and the hens and all sorts of things.
Adina, the question went really quickly, so I'm going to wordsmith it.
Yes.
But she would like to know, prison food, is it gross, and do you have to eat a lot of it on set?
Oh my God, that's such a good question. The answer is yes, it's a little bit gross, and I have been guilty of eating 4 hot dogs one day when we were filming. I'm so embarrassed to admit that, but we were starving and lunch was late and we started early, and beautiful Paris McKenna Smith, who's our standby props, is always, you know, the kitchen guys do all the cooking and stuff, but these hot dogs were really very nice. Yes, you do have to keep eating it, particularly if you eat it in shot. Pardon me. And yeah, so you have to keep eating it for continuity. So yeah, you have to be really careful not to touch the props or drink. I've learnt now that I just usually drink, I don't eat. 4 hot dogs, it was terrible.
Alana would like to know, what's
Hi,
been your
Alana.
favourite season so far and why?
Really good question. Probably 3, although 2 was great for Liz. Interesting, I mean, as an actor or watching it, because I think for me, watching 4 so far has been my favourite, but being in 3 was pretty fabulous, but 2 was great too, because Liz got to be on the outside. So
Yeah, that was cool.
yeah, it was a really good twist, and it was sad too, because, you know, she got embroiled with poor old B. And
You wanted her to succeed on the outside
you
so
did.
much and to connect with Sophie, but then
Exactly.
you wanted her to help B.
Correct. So it was really complex. So that was really lovely, all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it just keeps getting better. So yeah.
There's so much love coming in. There's always little love hearts and likes and smiley faces popping over the screen. So it's just so
I'm
much.
feeling it.
You can feel
I'm
all
feeling
the love coming
guys.
in.
I really am.
Let's see. Angela would like to know, did you
Angela.
watch the original Prisoner series?
Do you know what, darling? I was not allowed to, although we did. Mum thought it was too scary. So we, in those days, I think, you know, I don't know if everybody had this, but the doors were sliding in the 70s. And so we weren't allowed to watch it, but I do remember with my sister Helen sliding the door, and the couch was a little bit ahead of the door, so we'd slide it open and just watch some of the episodes. And I was terrified of B. Smith and the bloody steam press. That image was burnt on my psyche. So yes, I only watched snippets of it, but I always thought, oh, it's really gritty and dark, and how weird I'm in it now.
That is
and I'm
weird.
still scared. That steam press.
Have you gone behind the steam press? Have you had a go?
Only on the tour, when I did the tour of
Yeah.
the set. But yeah, no, Liz has never been allowed to do that. I don't know why. Maybe they're worried she's had a bit to drink and she's gonna.
She's not top dog. She's not allowed
No,
the
she's
steam
not
press.
top dog. That's right. She's not allowed to.
A lot of people are asking, and
Yes.
you can say no. They want to hear the mob wives' voice.
Oh, for God's sake, what kind of question is that? What do you mean you want to hear the mob wife voice? How dare you? How dare you? You gotta get Danielle to do it next time she does one of these. Because honestly, we would go back and forth and back, and she's better at it than me too. Bitch.
Yeah, that's the mob wives.
Thank you.
No worries.
Bailey would like to know if Wentworth is your favourite show that you've worked on to date.
Yes. Yes, it is, because I've been with it from the beginning. And you do kind of develop a sense of ownership, which is really makes you more proud of it and more invested in it. So yeah, I really think so. And the people are so beautiful. Like, honestly, really wonderful cast and crew, and we're very, very lucky. Yeah, it is my favourite. Yeah.
Olivia said next week's
Hi,
app
Olivia.
looks so scary.
Darling, it is. Trust me, it is. Yep. And we know what's coming up. And I watched it and was still on the edge of my seat, and I think at the end I was like you feel yourself kind of not breathing for a bit.
Yeah. Suspenseful.
That's the word.
So much anxiety.
Yeah, you actually kind of, it's really great.
Tracy has a bit of a juicy question, and I'm interested to hear the answer to this one.
Are you?
Trace wants to know, would you pash the freak to save your life?
Oh, look, yes, I would. Wouldn't you? Yeah, Pam's a bit of a spunk. Only because I know her as Pam, but if it was Liz, I think Liz would probably do quite a lot of stuff to save her life. I think she's pretty shrewd. Yes, she would pash. I think she would.
I would.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it again. I just turned the camera around on myself. Sorry.
Oh, hi.
With
Say
my
hello
fat
to her.
head
Oh,
in the thing.
we both got the
Look,
lovely
now all the
blonde
little
hair.
cranky heads are coming up like, don't turn it around, Kelly.
Oh, naughty girl.
I had a really good question and it's gone out of my head now.
It's gone. Never mind. It'll come back.
M. Watson, which was the most frightening scene to film and why?
Gosh, good question. Frightening scene for Liz. Frightening scene and why? Oh, look, probably in the moments where Liz is worried for other people. I don't know that her stuff... Oh, no, that's not true, actually. The scene where in Series 3, the beginning of Series 3, where Liz is absolutely certain that she's about to be bashed for being a lagger, there is that moment where Boomer comes to Liz's cell door. I don't know if you remember that. And yes, that was quite terrifying. And it's such a small beat, and you don't see the bashing, but the anticipation. That was pretty scary. I remember sitting on the edge of the cell bed as Lizzie and I think Lizzie actually says, just make it quick, hurry up. She knows she's going to get a massive battering. Yeah, that was pretty awful.
Yeah, it was. A lot of people are commenting on how sad tonight's ep was and asking, did you cry? How did you find tonight's ep?
Oh my gosh, I did cry several times. Yes, I definitely cried. The Boomer Maxine stuff is so beautiful, and not just beautifully played, kind of beautifully written, and the love between Max and Booms is just gorgeous. And I think both Socks and Katrina, they're just divine. They're stunning people and stunning performers. And yeah, just the truth of that, and the anger when she gets so angry with Maxine, and then Maxine forces her to cuddle her, and oh my God.
It's so lovely, isn't it?
It's so
It's
beautiful.
just, and then when she goes back and she's like, I do love you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
Oh, and then
and she offers up some of her boobs.
I love that. It's my favourite line. I've got quite a bit, haven't I? Oh,
she's just
beautiful.
so cute.
And also, too, I got quite teary. I felt really sorry for Kaz tonight. That scene where she finds out that her term staying there is much longer, I really felt for her. I thought, you poor bugger, because I think she works from such a place of honesty. It might be misguided, and it might be a little bit, wow, she's really militant and full on, but I was heartbroken for her, and I felt really sorry for Doreen as well. Doreen with her stuff. So yeah, it was a heartbreak.
A lot of heartache, wasn't there?
A lot of heartache.
And B had some too this week.
B and Hallie. And that kiss. The kiss was
It's
pretty
heating up.
lovely. Yeah, I thought the kiss was beautiful, actually. Yeah, very nice.
It was lovely. While we're on it, so there's lots and lots and lots of people asking for shout outs, and I don't want to play favourites. So can we do a shout out to
Beautiful,
everyone?
yes, what a good idea. Shout out to you all, because thank you. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. We wouldn't be doing the show. We wouldn't be living these characters, which we really, really love. And thank you. Thank you all. Big shout out. Mwah! To you all. Yay!
They're loving it. Loving the love.
Gorgeous. Coming at ya.
Jade says, love you, Kelly and Celia. Thanks for everything.
Oh,
that's
thank
Jade.
you.
Okay, so let's there's so many of the same questions that are coming.
Yep,
People are giving you so much love. Let me yell out some love.
Okay.
People are best Aussie show ever, best drama, love your work, Celia.
Thank you.
Best show ever. You're so amazing. My mum went to school with you and she said you're an amazing actress. That was from Kayla.
Kayla, I wonder what a love last name was?
We'll be able to find it. We'll be able to find out after.
Oh, lovely. Hi, Kayla. Hi, your mum.
Just so many people just sending so much love. Love it. Love everything. We love you.
Oh.
So much love. And you know what?
That's very
Steve
sweet.
loves Lizzie. Such a great show. All
Thank
these beautiful
you.
things. I'm going to
That's
ask this
lovely,
question
guys.
though, because
Yep.
it's kind of a left-handed one from
Yep.
Jason Smith.
Hi, Jason.
What's your favourite singer?
sandwich?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh. I reckon a bit of rare roast beef and some kind of lovely chutney and cheddar cheese and crisp lettuce.
Crisp. Has to be crisp.
It has to be crisp. You've got to say it like that too. Crisp. I love a bit of rare roast beef. In fact, when I was pregnant with my second daughter, I had cravings for a rare roast beef. So it's got a fond place in my heart.
does.
Clearly, I'm not a vegetarian. Sorry if I'm as long as it's been humanely farmed and slaughtered humanely, if there's such a thing. But yes, that'd be mine. Yeah.
Can you show us your necklace? A couple people are commenting saying it's a nice necklace. What is?
Thank you. Am I allowed to say what it is?
Yeah,
Is that
go
right,
for it.
please?
No.
I think it's Calvin Klein. Is
Oh.
that right? My daughter Maeve, if you're watching this, I think it's Calvin Klein. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I really like it. I'm a bit of a fan of silver. This was a 50th birthday present from my beautiful husband and daughters. And that was, Katrina Milosevic, Boomer and I bought these bangles together in a little shop in Elwood. So yes, thank you. And that's a Pandora. But I love jewellery. Bit of a fan of
It's all
jewellery.
nice.
Yeah, thank you.
So people are asking, and people
Yeah.
ask this all the time, and I love it too. I love, especially when they ask it directly to Kat. Is Boomer or Kat funny in real life?
Kat is very funny in real life. She has a very cheeky sense of humour, and she is so loving. She is like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, she's just the most beautiful person, and I love her dearly. I think, yeah, she is funny. I mean, Boomer's funny in a different way. You know what I mean? Like, Boomer's funny because she's just so sort of Boomer. But Kat's really, really smart and very funny and has a really wicked sense of humour. Different sense of humour. But they're both similar for different reasons. But Kat's beautiful. Love you, Kat, if you're watching.
She does tune in. She tuned
Does
in the other
she?
week. Yeah, she tuned in with Socks
Katerina?
as well the other week.
Yeah,
See
lovely.
if she can get in there.
Love you, Socks, if you're watching, and Danielle.
So there's so many questions coming in.
Yeah.
It's really hard to keep
Yeah.
on top of them all. Thank you everyone for all the questions.
Yeah.
Wendy, you keep posting. I tell you what, post your question shorter so I can grab it because it goes really quick. And I know you've posted it a couple of times, so post it and I'll grab it.
Did you hear that, Wendy? Short
Make sure you just a shorter question so I can ask,
So Kel can
ask Celia.
answer.
Katrina's just come on. Love you, Seals.
Hello, darling. You cheeky girl. That's weird, isn't it?
It is
Your
weird.
turn soon, honey.
It is weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Jeremy wants to know.
Yeah.
You think you
Hi,
can?
Jeremy.
Do you think you can go on the grog again?
Oh, God. Look, do you know what? Probably. Yep. You'd never say never. I don't know what the writers have in store, whatever's coming ahead. But, yeah, I think for Liz, it's a slippery slope. I feel like in 4, she's kind of got herself sorted. But, yeah, wow, it's a recovering alcoholic. It's a day-by-day process.
She's a bit of a hoot, but
She's a hoot when she's drunk.
except when she gets nasty.
Oh, she can get
Yeah,
nasty. She can
I don't want to
turn.
be on the receiving end of the nasty.
Watch
I
out, Kelly.
I have
Watch
a
out,
party.
darling.
I have a party, but I don't want to be on when you.
Yeah,
when,
yeah.
When,
No, you
when
know
Liz
what?
turns
And
nasty.
it's so much fun. This sounds dreadful, but it's a lot of fun playing someone who's drunk. And because you kind of can do whatever you like. Like, it's really, everything's, I think in season 3, there was a bit of improv that we did where Liz is chatting to, I can't remember, Doreen and Jessica. And Jess says, "Oh, you stink or something." And then I think Liz does the pop off. She kind of goes, "Oh, it was you." That stuff was just made up. So you can kind of do, like, usually the directors are very, very open with us contributing our own ideas, which is just as well because we certainly like to contribute them, which is, so it's, yeah, team effort. But yeah, sorry, good question. She could. She could. Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Rachel wants to know,
Rachel.
who do you think plays the best top dog or is the best top dog?
Who do you think plays the best top dog or is the best top dog?
So maybe it's like who plays the best top dog character, but then who is the best top dog of all of the top dogs. So we've had, let's go through top dogs. We've had Jax. We've had Frankie, B, and then Maxie for a little bit.
Maxie. Okay, well, I'm going to say something controversial here, but I actually think it would be very interesting to see Maxine as top dog. Because, I think we witnessed that in the episode where she's very lenient with Tash. Clearly we've seen all of them, but I reckon she'd make a great top dog, actually. I'd really like to see that, like fully explored. Yeah.
It would be good.
Yeah.
She was fair, because I was worried about how the backlash was going to be.
Yes.
With not following through the punishment. But,
yes, it kind of worked itself out all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because Liz chose not to tell B about that. She sort of sat back from commenting on that. She just let that unravel as it did. But yeah, I reckon she'd be really interesting.
Okay, Wendy's come back and I just grabbed it. Okay,
yes,
ready?
Yes.
Do you speak to your children the way your character speaks to her fellow castmates? If you didn't, do you regret not doing so? I love you and I think you're awesome and I love the show.
Oh, thank you, Wendy. Love you too. Thanks for coming on. Do I speak to my children the way? Oh, look, probably. I mean, I think. Well, my daughters would probably say I shout a lot more than Liz does, which is, we haven't seen Liz as a mother though, so that's we've only seen her as a den mother in the prison. Yes, probably. I tend to. We talk a lot. There is a lot of talking in my house. I love talking to my girls, and they probably get a bit frustrated. Because I sort of say, how'd you go? What did you do? And my daughter tonight said, oh, Mum, I don't want to talk about it. I don't have to relive it again. It's just, I've just lived the day. But yeah, no, I do talk quite a lot to the girls. Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks, Bendy.
Ryan Little.
Hi, Ryan Little.
If Liz became top dog,
yes,
who would she make her 2IC? And how do you think that would turn out?
Gosh. What a question. If Liz became top dog, I reckon she'd consider Maxine her 2IC probably. Maybe Doreen. Maybe. But in light of what just happened in Ep 7, mind you, I think that was a pretty interesting effort on behalf of Doreen to actually really throw up the whole thing of that bloody panic button.
She's been tough.
She's been tough, man, but she kind of had to be, and I liked her.
I was kind of scared though that like B was actually going to put punishment on her.
Oh yeah.
Like I was a bit worried. I was like, what does B do here? Does she? Doesn't she?
Actually, she didn't punish her.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, so I reckon she'd choose Maxine. Yeah. I mean, I can only imagine she wouldn't choose B because B
would have to be somewhere.
Yeah, like if she's in protection or whatever. Yeah. I reckon Maxine. Yeah. A lot of love for Maxine. I think Liz, she really loves them. She loves them all.
She loves them all.
We
love them all, though. Everyone's just got something that you just fall in love with. And
yes, you really, really do. No, that's true. Very, very true.
Somebody wants to ask, which we haven't had a lot of questions about Miss Miles Smiles.
Oh my God.
So Chantel would like to know,
yes,
does Miss Miles get caught out for her sly acts with the prisoners?
Well, not really. At times, I think. Not really. She's pretty shrewd. And I have to say, Jackie is one of the loveliest people you'd ever meet. She is so not like Miss Smiles. She's gorgeous. So, no, she hasn't really been... She kind of just flies under the radar, which I think I really like that about her. That she's clearly duplicitous and, got a little bit of everything going on everywhere. But no, she certainly doesn't seem to be getting in trouble for it.
No, she gets away with it all the time.
She gets away with it, but she's smart. That's what I mean.
But you still like her?
Still like her.
Because she's not nasty.
She's not nasty.
She just pockets a bit of cash on the side.
And I actually think she's got quite a good heart.
She does.
She does.
Alex would like to know.
Hi, Alex.
Who would you pick as a love interest for Liz, past, present, or future character?
Oh, off the show?
I think maybe on the show. So, is there any?
Well, here's the thing.
Are we going to go for any screws, or are we going to go for inmates?
Well, Danielle and I don't know if Dan remembers this, but I think it might have been in series 2. I remember thinking, wouldn't it be interesting? Because there was that stuff, maybe it was series 1, where B kind of confided in Liz about her really quite tragic emotional and sexual relationship with her husband, her ex-husband. And, you know, Liz kind of encouraged her to explore her own, you know, body and the whole bit. And I remember saying to Dan, wouldn't it be interesting if Liz kind of falls for her? So I think from Liz's perspective, B would be the one, actually, because I think she really loves her. I think she had a great affection for Frankie, but Frankie was probably more like a daughter. But I think B.
Yeah, it was a very daughter relationship, wasn't it? It was lovely. I quite liked that. Especially when Frankie would show her softer side. Because it wasn't very often, but when she would, it was a very nice relationship.
It was. And at the end of 3, when she came in, remember that scene where Frankie's sort of really broken down and very vulnerable and comes in and sort of like she's, you know, wants to redeem herself. It's so beautiful. I loved that scene. I loved playing.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
Nicole is, you know, beautiful. They're all like sisters, and I've got 4 sisters, so it's
so beautiful. I mean, for me too, because I interact with you all regularly. The love that you all have for each other is so genuine. True. It's so lovely. It's just it really. I mean, I know a lot of people are asking those questions.
It's a really good thing to know, because I actually think you see it in the work too, because I think the intimacy and the performances are so truthful, and that comes from big love and trust
from each other and respect. Yeah.
But B would be Liz's
B. That's it. What are we going to call it?
What would it be?
Blizzy.
Blizzy.
Did I just start a new hashtag?
Blizzy. B and Lizzie. Blizzy. Yeah.
Blizzy.
I like that.
So many questions coming in, guys. These questions are really awesome. I am trying to get to as many of them as I can.
You're doing a great job. She's doing a great job.
So, Michelle, this is kind of current. So, Michelle would like to know, with the current lagging issues, should Liz be worried about her secret mission?
Her secret mission? Oh, yes. Very good point about old Sonia. Do you know what? I think the key with Liz and the Sonia thing is when Don Kaplan said, if you do this, Liz, you'll be up for immediate parole. And I think that just was like, whoo, for Liz. I think she probably thought it's worth risking. Because if she does whatever Don wants, you know, has to do, and does get out, I think in Liz's mind, there is no way she would stuff it up. So, yes, while she's very aware of the repercussions of lagging, I think her desire to get out is probably greater than her fear of being a lagger, I think.
She's already been a lagger, been there, done that. You can't get it twice.
She's copped a good beating.
What's that law called? Like where you can't happen twice in jail. It's
I don't know.
Double jeopardy. You can't double jeopardy lagger. It's done.
There you go. It's done. She's been done. She's a lagger.
Okay.
Sip of water if that's okay.
You can have a sip of water while I'm trying to navigate these questions. This is a cool one from, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, Shy. If Liz could pick anyone to release from prison, who would it be?
To release from prison?
Yeah.
Doreen.
Yeah.
Get her out with a little baby. Yeah, for sure. And I think Liz said that in tonight's episode, where Dor's really, really upset near the cup of tea area, and she says, you know, you need to call Nash. You've got to actually fix it and make it better. Yeah, for sure. I think to have a little baby, my gosh.
And I think Dor's done her time. She deserves happiness now. I
agree. Yep, I think so. I think Liz would feel that. Yep, for sure. Yeah. Interesting question.
Yeah, good question. Yeah. Sherry would like to know, is Liz, or maybe it's Celia. I don't know if this is a question for Liz or Celia.
Both.
For or against the panic button?
Oh, good question. I think Celia is for it, and I think Liz understands why they have those rules, but she also probably thinks it is a bit rough. So it's a really good question. I think Celia's for it, because it absolutely should be able to protect yourself. But I do understand in their system, because it's a world with its own mores and rules, and that's their rule. So Liz would probably say, sorry, but that is the rule. In fact, I think she does say that to Doreen when Tash is about to be
it's the way it is. Like, look after it afterwards.
That's right.
It's the law.
You can't do anything about it. Just deal with the consequences.
That was a good line, I thought, too.
Yes,
because it showed Liz's compassion for what it was, but in the sense of like, this is prison rules. This is the reality.
How do we cope? How do we manage?
Yeah,
it's a good question.
Anita would like to know: does Sonia and Liz become besties?
Maybe. You're going to have to watch. Yes, there's an interesting relationship developing there. And not necessarily one you would expect, I think. So, yeah, totes besties. I think that's what she besties. Said. I think Liz is just so excited about having a coffee and a beautiful, scrumptious cronut or whatever.
I loved it when she's like, I'm watching my weight.
I'm watching my, whatever it is.
Cass would like to know, and this is actually, I would like to know this. Yeah. How do you all keep a straight face when Boomer delivers those one-liners?
Oh, my God, we don't. We laugh. We probably laugh all the way through the camera rehearsal, all the way through the, yes, we laugh. We try not to laugh on the actual take, but I'm sure we have. In fact, I think there's bloopers where we're all kind of hanging around, trying really hard.
Especially when it's one's
bloody funny.
The one-liners.
Oh my God, they're just so funny. There's so many of them too.
One of my favourite ones was I think it's from Ep 1, where you're going through Liz is going through naming all of the new programs.
Oh yes.
And she goes, nah, that's a shit idea, Liz.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
So fun.
You idea about the choir, and it's gone. That's a shit
idea, Liz. Oh. Nah.
So many. Yeah. Constant.
Okay, we've got lots and lots of questions coming in about Joan/Pamela. So,
lovely.
Let me start asking a couple of those. I think one of the ones that's been coming up a lot is, what is Pamela like to work with?
Wonderful, extraordinary, incredibly professional, generous, light-hearted, funny lady, really funny. Liz actually hasn't had a lot to do with Ferguson. I think I may have had one scene in her office in series 3 maybe, or 2, when she's about to get out and she lags on Frankie for the drugs in series 2. But yeah, she's really the crew adore her, the cast adore her. She's really different to how you'd imagine. In fact, I hope she doesn't mind me telling this story. But when she first started in series 2, she used to rock up to the read through and things with her little, what is it called, little laptop-y thing. And you can tell I'm incredibly technically minded. And anyway, she'd have a script and stuff on it, and iPad, and she'd have a script on it. Anyway, you'd see her on set sort of waiting to go on and whatever, and she'd be on this thing, and I'd think, my God, this woman is so devoted. It's like, and she's such a well-renowned theatre actor as well. She came on and we're all like, oh my God, it's Pam. Anyway, and I sort of just went and sat next to her, and I'm thinking, I'm going to have a look at, what script it is. Lo and behold, it's Candy Crush. Excuse me, recovering from a bad chest. And, it was just such a moment of sitting through Candy Crush. And there I was thinking, God, the level of her devotion is unprecedented. It was Candy Crush. So she's a hoot. And she's incredibly technically minded. She's a real whiz.
Oh, wow.
With technical stuff. Yeah.
We need to get her on social media then.
Yeah. Why isn't she?
I don't know. Oh, we need to get her on here.
But she's great. She's great. Really great. Beautiful.
Awesome. Yeah. I think we pronounce it Shannon. Hey, Celia.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm really well.
Tammy and Libby, Nicole and Socrates.
Yep.
How are you enjoying the All Saints reunion?
Oh, wow. Yes. You know what? It's lovely because, first there was Libby, which was great. And I don't think I was on when Socrates was on. I don't think I was on.
I think he was he was only in a couple of episodes.
Yeah, right, as a sick person or
yeah.
Libby is wonderful, beautiful girl, and Tammy, it was so lovely to reconnect with Tammy. And we've all had kids since then, and so it's a different thing. So good question, Shannon, but yeah, they're great bunch, and that is lovely actually to reconnect after all those years. And yeah, it's really nice. It is. You're right. It's like an All Saints reunion.
It is, isn't it?
It really is. But a good one. We had some fun times on that show too. That was a lot of fun. And Cheeky Georgie Parker.
Georgie, I love Georgie.
Naughty Georgie, yes. How you going, Cal? Tell slowing
There's
down.
because there's so many questions and they're all so great. Like,
good.
this is a cool one just because I know Danielle.
Yeah.
Crystal would like to know, is B a badass in real life?
No. Well, I mean, she's pretty cool. I reckon Dan's cool. Like, if she's watching this, she'll be going, oh, shut up. But she is, she has a really strong kind of thing about her in a really great way. And it's not necessarily common in women, but she's a very, I don't know. Yeah, she kind of has a power about her, but she's not a badass. She's very incredibly loving, and she's got two beautiful sons and a lovely partner. And yeah, she's gorgeous. Very, very good friend. So, no, I don't think she's a badass. Yeah, no, I don't think she is. She's gorgeous. Next, please.
There's so many. It's so much love coming into it. It's so amazing. I love seeing all this love for you. I can't wait till you can see it afterwards.
Oh, how lovely. I'm feeling it. I have to say, I can feel it through my ring, through my heart chakra. I can. I feel it coming, and I'm giving it back.
This is a cool one from Rani.
Hi, Rani.
Congratulations on your Logie.
Oh, sweet.
Where do you keep it?
Oh, look, it's not that exciting. We have a little sort of table, coffee table, and it's on that. It's on that, I have to say.
Do you shine it?
Yeah, sometimes, because it gets really dusty. Our house is really dusty. In fact, the other day, I went and had a chat to a group of school kids at Cronulla High School, because a friend of mine teaches there, and I took the Logie with me, and I cannot tell you how excited they were. They were so stoked, and it was a group of drama kids, and they all held it, and it's actually quite heavy. So, yeah, it just sits on our coffee table at home, and it gets a lot of love.
Oh,
really
that's
does.
gorgeous. And you get to look at it all the time. And...
Yeah.
Chantel,
Hi, Chantel,
is it great wearing comfy clothes all day at work?
Oh, yes. I think it's probably my favourite thing about playing Lizzie is that she is the shortest amount of time in hair and makeup. All they do, I put my own hair back, and then they do this thing called stippling, which is like a red sort of scrunch.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Sorry, technical.
That's okay.
Yeah, keep going.
So the question was, what was the question again? Oh my Lord, I've forgotten.
The comfy clothes.
The
teal.
Clothes, yes, we love the teal, yes. And I don't have a lot of hair and makeup, which is even better. So they put this stuff on, and I do my own hair, and excellent. Oh my God, it's so good. And then you can eat lots and lots at lunchtime.
I'm obviously missing some questions because they come so quick, and I apologise to you guys that I am.
Sorry,
I am trying to get to them as much as I can.
Because
people are obviously posting multiple times and getting cranky with me.
And getting cranky with them.
So let's address some of the great thing about Wentworth is that it deals with so many topical issues that affect so many women and people. So we deal with sort of mental health issues. We deal with like someone here keeps talking about how Vera contracted hepatitis C. We talk about we talk on suicide, rape. We talk about domestic violence, alcoholism, drug abuse. So because Wentworth does deal with these sort of genres so well, and the characters tell them through their stories, do you feel an onus, or do you feel like that you need to be a role model to be able to talk about these topics and open them up for discussion?
That's a really, really good question. Look, I feel as though your main responsibility as an actor is to do your work as best you can, be as truthful as you can, and honour the story as well as you can. And carrying those issues, if your character, for example, Liz, is dealing with alcoholism, you do feel a sense of responsibility, and you certainly do feel that your character has an impact and has an effect on people out there who may have suffered with alcoholism or lived with parents or partners or children with dealing with alcoholism. So you feel a responsibility. I don't think I feel an onus or a expectation to be a certain way about it, but I hope with my entire heart that I'm delivering that storyline of Liz's with love and integrity, because I think that's what people with any kind of addiction need. They need support. And so, yeah, really interesting question. I don't know that I carry a sort of load with it, but I certainly would hope that people appreciate the work I do with those storylines. And see, you're absolutely right. I mean, there are so many topical issues. And I think what's great about the show is that it actually turns what is under the underbelly up into the light. And a lot of these issues are sometimes experienced by people who you could argue are marginalised in some way, whether they're in a particular demographic or whether they've had difficulties in their lives that other people may not have experienced. So I think it's really, really valuable that stuff sociologically, we're looking at these issues, and not just, oh, they're alcoholic or they're a drug addict or they've been abused, but actually seeing the consequences of that stuff. For example, with Kaz, you know, that beautiful episode where all the flashback stuff with the father and, you know, the damage that all of us have, but some people more pronounced than others. And so, yeah, all of us take these things very seriously. But I don't think we feel them burdensome.
No, I don't think I think that you all, and I feel like I'm speaking for everyone that's been commenting on here as well, is that you do manage them with absolute respect.
Yeah,
and you are sort of having them on, being able to have them so they're more of an open thing and they're not in that underbelly anymore and they're not swept under the carpet.
That's right.
They're really treated as like real issues that
and it resonates for
people.
Anybody, and not just people who may have experienced the prison system. I mean, there is alcoholism and abuse everywhere, in every echelon, in every kind of, you know, social group. So it is they're universal issues. And that's what I think is why the show is succeeding everywhere around the world, because they are universal themes. They're not just specific to one little demographic. They may be embodied in these women in teal, but, you know, exactly.
And they're relatable.
Yeah,
whether it's yourself, whether it's your mother, whether it's your sister, whether it's somebody that you know, they're like relatable.
That's right. And the writing is so adept that it really just pulls everything back. So it's very raw, and it exposes the kind of nitty gritty of that stuff, which a lot of shows probably maybe skim the surface of.
Yeah, no, I agree. Amber would like to know, how does Liz feel about a scroll and coffee date with Mr. Detective?
Oh my God, Amber, where do I begin? Steve Bastoni would have to be one of the funniest men I have ever worked with. We just got on like a house on fire. What was interesting about the scroll, yes, Lizzie, I think, is very interested in the coffee and the scroll.
Even though it's lukewarm.
And probably Don, dare I say it, Don Kaplan. I think the funny thing about that scene was that Steve and I, at that stage, I wasn't eating a lot of sugar. I go through phases where I don't touch sugar much at all, and then every now and then I'll have some. But neither he nor I are big, you know, sort of sweetie eaters. So there we were, having to do take after take of having a little bite on these things. And by the end of filming it, we were both a bit like, wow! Oh, yeah! Wow! It was like that. It was crazy. And he got a headache. He told me the next day he had a sugar headache. So it was one of those funny things. It's like ridiculous. But, but I think Lizzie's probably a little bit interested in Mr. Kaplan. Yes.
There's a little bit of flirting going on there.
There is a little bit of flirting.
And he's doing it. I feel like he's instigating it to poor Lizzie. Like, Liz is just trying to get in for a bit of a free coffee.
Kelly's got some ideas going on.
I
it's
think
more than just a free coffee. Look, I think he is. I think you're right. Yeah, I think he's probably smoothing her out a little bit.
I think
through her food, through eating.
That's the way to any woman's heart, isn't it?
That's right.
Especially in prison.
Yeah, you'd never get good coffee.
We need to give another shout out because people might have missed earlier in the day. No, shout out to your daughter because everyone is commenting on how beautiful your hair looks. So I think we need to say it again. Who your stylist is tonight?
Care of my daughter Maeve, and thank you. Shout out to Maeve, and shout out to you guys. Is that what you meant, Kelly? Did you want me to shout out to her?
No, I was shouting out to your daughter because everyone's saying how fabulous your hair looks.
She's so good, and she did my makeup as well.
Who needs hair and makeup?
Well, she is excellent. She did it in her bedroom.
Trish.
Hi, Trish.
What have you felt has been the hardest issue that has occurred on the show to manage emotionally?
Wow, good question. The hardest issue that has occurred on the show to manage emotionally, for Liz or for everybody? If it was for everybody, I think Series 1, when Bee's daughter died, was gut-wrenching. And when we had to do the sequence of the little kind of memorial we had for her, that was heartbreaking because a few of us have kids and it was like, oh my God. More recently, I mean, for Liz, it was probably having her daughter come into prison, I think. That moment where she walks up to the glass and can see her daughter kind of cowering and whimpering, and it's like, oh my God, this is my fault. This is just, I've created this. So that was really, you know, the consequences of parenting. And you know yourself, Kelly, you're a parent, and that's a big one. Like, what legacy are you leaving? Like, what are you, you know, what are you creating day by day? And yeah, so I think for Liz it'd be her daughter, actually. And so I'm kind of glad in a way that Soph has ended up at the prison farm, which is a hell of a lot.
It sounds
nicer.
so funny. It's like when you get rid of a child's pet and you say it's gone to the farm, but it's like really dead.
It's sort of like it's a heavenly place.
A heaven prison.
But yeah, I reckon for the whole cast, thematically, it was probably the death of Bee's daughter, and then for Liz, I reckon it was having her daughter in there. It was like, oh my God, such shame and guilt. I think.
We talked about this word or this word that's being used around earlier tonight, and I have to ask this question just because we spoke about it. Yeah. Rachel, when was the last time you got Birdsworth?
Ooh, when was the last time I got Birdsworth? Look, I'm not a big drinker, which is so ironic because clearly Liz is or has been. When was the last time?
Did you get Birdsworth at the Logies? That's what someone's asking.
Oh no, not really. I know, how daggy. I think I had probably 2 vodka and tonics or something. But I think I have always had that capacity to just start drinking water. When I start to go ooh and feel a little bit ooh, I drink water. But yeah, look, I honestly don't know. How boring is that? But look, I'm a fairly high energy person. It doesn't take a lot for me to get into the kind of Birdsworth state minus the alcohol. And when I was younger, I was very allergic. I've got quite a lot of food allergies, and alcohol was one of them. And I used to feel really headachy and itchy, and so I would go to parties and not drink at all. And everybody else was getting Birdsworth, but I was just completely sober and going, wow, you know, just being crazy. And then you kind of, you know what you've done, and everybody else has done, but they don't remember because they've been Birdsworth. So in answer to the question, I cannot remember. Really, honestly.
We might have to change that.
Yeah, I know.
Delina, I hope I pronounced it right, Delina. Do you think Vera's a good governor?
Yeah, I do. And I'm loving Kate Atkinson's performance. I love that we are seeing this whole other side to Vera. I'm loving that. And I think she's a great governor, actually. I think she's very, you know, firm but fair. And she was ready to do it. So, yeah, I reckon Liz is pretty impressed. And, I mean, in tonight's ep, you know, she had that little chat to her in the corridor about, you know, how the voting was going.
Dropping out. Oh, we're back.
We're back.
Cool. Now I've lost... Yeah, so...
All good.
So many questions.
So little time.
I know, we're coming. We are coming. We're getting close. We're getting close. So we'll hopefully get a few more last juicy
Thank
ones.
Thank you so much,
there.
by the way, everyone. And if you didn't get your question answered, we're so sorry. But thank you for tuning in, and it means so much.
And there's been so much love and so many questions. It's just it's so amazing to see. I will ask this one because quite a few people have asked it, and I know that Socks dealt with it last week, but there might be new people on here, so we'll ask it again. People want to know what happened to Fletch.
Oh wow, yes. What happened to Fletch? I believe he went to a farm. Like, I think is that what farm. Everybody just goes to this goddamn prison farm. No one knows what it is. They just go. They leave the door. The teal just disappears. He, you know what? I don't know. I think he just...
Does that mean that Frankie's at the farm too? Are they all at the farm?
Oh my God, that's like the Twilight Zone. There's a whole other series.
We just
called
like
The
inverted
Farm.
commas, the farm.
I think there's a whole other series called The Farm. And all the characters off Wentworth that leave just end up there.
The Wentworth farm. Prison farm.
Prison farm. I think he suffered a breakdown. I mean, after nearly dying, I think he just physically pieced himself back together and thought, I've got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he
it was
won't
a pretty tough season for Fletch.
Horrible. Hunted down and run over, and so yeah, he's at the farm. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Someone really nice has asked, and I've seen you've been posting this on Instagram.
Yeah.
Elaine, I think. Where can we buy your friend's candles from?
Oh my God, that's such a lovely question. Can I say?
Yeah, you can say.
Kylie's Candles and Melts. And she's on Instagram, so it's at Kylie's Candles and Melts. And they are lovely, and she's beautiful.
I've seen it. That's why it was so cute that someone else has seen it as well.
Nice.
Back to business, Celia. Linda would like to know, do you ever go to a real prison for research?
Look, some of the girls did before season 1. I myself did not. As a younger person, I worked in a theatre and education company called Freewheels, and we did quite a few touring shows to prisons. And so I kind of had a bit of an idea what they felt like. We did get a group of recent parolees, these wonderful women, shout out to you girls if any of you are watching, who came and chatted to us. And they were wonderful, and some of the stuff they said really resonated with me. Like one of them said, when she first went to prison, she said she was hyper vigilant, like the whole time she was aware of just watching everything. I think she said she spent the first week with her back to the wall and just this kind of constant low-level anxiety, which really stuck with me. But some of us did. I think Dame Phyllis in Melbourne, I think Danielle and Nicole may have gone there, but I didn't go. But yeah. But I remember seeing our set on the first day, and the cells, walking through the cells, and the art department had done a really great job of setting them up, and I had a little quiet cry because it was so depressing and so small, and you know, suddenly very aware of the lack of personal liberty, which of course is the point of a punitive, you know, system. But well, anyway, so no, I didn't go to a prison.
Well, on that note, it has sadly come to the time when we need to say goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
All good things must come to an end.
Must.
Celia's off to the prison farm.
I'm going to go to the prison farm to pet some animals for some therapy. It was so nice spending time with you guys. Mwah! Thank you so much. Thanks, Kelly.
Bye.